I may not be what you want, yeah, but I'm all you'll ever need. Kids in Brooklyn.
Hey, good morning and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're gonna pull out the stock DX transmission that is shot. We're gonna go ahead and install a light and flywheel, stage 1 Exedy clutch, and an EX transmission which has the shorter gears. Let's get into it. So this is why I'm gonna do, one of the reasons, I don't know if you can hear that, the throttle bearing quiets down, gets loud, plus this pressure plate is super heavy for no reason, and the transmission is shot. All right, man, let's get the car up. Go. Keep going. Go, keep going. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Keep going. All right. It's gonna make a noise. I'm gonna keep going. And I think we're good. Let's wait for it to keep going a little bit more. It's gonna click again. Oh, it's gonna get it really high. I don't know if I need it this high right now, but. And then press down a little bit. That's it. We're good. Thank you. You got it. That's it. That's it. That one's out. Let's work on the other three. This is the first time I'm ever taking off these wheels. I've never taken them out. So, we'll see. Get them all the way in. Line that up. Make sure it's lined up right. There we go. Yeah, we broke them loose with the breaker bar, so it makes it a lot easier. Never want to hit that that socket, that one, with an impact gun to break them loose, because that thing is like so thin, it'll break on you, and that's it. And I'm gonna be screwed trying to find the socket that's gonna work with these lug nuts. Go, keep going. You gotta hold the bottom of the wheel so it doesn't come out on you. So push the bottom in, push it in. Yeah, now let it go. Go. There we go. Keep going. You got it. Good job, bro. All right, so this is actually the first time I got the car in the air. This is the first time I've taken off the wheels. This suspension looks like some green, probably eBay stuff. I have no idea what this is. But we're gonna keep moving. A lot of these rotors, a lot of rust on this. Hopefully this doesn't give me an issue, but it probably will. Let's go. All right, I already popped off the center nut. I've got to take off this joint. That's got to come off, and that's gonna allow me to pop out the axle. That's just one part, and then I got to do the same on the other side. So this side, the other side's already done. We're gonna just take out this side now. This one separates easier. Nope, probably not. Got to do the same thing I did over there. And just take out the nut from here, because I do use a ball joint separator. This tool is like amazing to get these things out of the way, to pop those things out. Very inexpensive, Harbor Freight, and it saves you tons of time to use this. So use this to separate it, but to not damage the end, I'll take the nut from the fork, I'll thread it in nicely, and then I'll use the tool. Otherwise, it may squash the bottom if it's really pressed in there. From my experience, that's what I've dealt with. So, 17 mil takes out the fork. Same nut, I'll just lightly thread it at the bottom, and then I'll use the tool. Put this jamming on it. So this is just one part of the install. Today we're doing what I mentioned earlier, but eventually I'm actually in the process of replacing the lower control arms. I'm gonna add the EM1 lower control arms and the front sway bar from the EM1 SI, but I'm in the process of actually pressing out the bushings. I got Ruben doing that for me because I couldn't get it out, and hopefully we'll get that done so I can put in my energy suspension urethane ones. Yeah, so that's how this thing, the pin will hammer that through. So axle should pop out now. Boom. So now I can actually start getting under, looking at that, draining the transmission. I do have to do a lot of stuff up here, so let's get into it. What I'm taking off over here, there's two 12mm bolts that are holding on to the clutch. What is this called? It's like a slave cylinder. And what this does is every time you push the clutch, it pushes the throw-out area, the fork, in and out. So I got to take this off because it's mounted to it as well. So that should now free up this. There we go. This piece. Now it's free. Just get it out the way. And all this does is when you push the pedal, this goes in and out and disengages and re-engages the clutch. Look in here. It should not be doing that. That rear mount is destroyed. Oh, great. I'm about to order a rear mount while I'm at it. All right. Now, I'm gonna drain the transmission fluid. That'll be the next step. That in there. Break this loose. And hope that I don't get transmission fluid all over me. Get this off. Fluid looks like trash. It should not look that way. It's very, very dirty. It almost looks a little milky, which means water could have gotten in there somehow. But that does not look like a good transmission fluid. Come over here and record this. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Get close, get over here, look at that. Ugh. Oh, I'm pretty sure those are particles I'm seeing in there too from all the grind up gears in this transmission. So, that looks terrible. Popped out the axle. It should slide out. So, there we go. One axle's out. Not terrible. Got some grease there, but I think this is from probably the ball joint more than anything. Let's pop out the other side now. There we go. That one popped out. Get it out. That's fine like that. I just gotta get it out of the way for me to be able to take the transmission off. Let's see if I can get this loosened. That's out. 219's there. And then I got one more on the other end, which I don't know if my power tool's gonna fit, so I might have to take out the other one by hand. So that just holds that. Those are your 3 19s that hold the rear mount in. This back mount is literally just like, I don't even know what it's doing back here. Look, can you see this? Can you see how this mount is just moving around? And that's supposed to be bolted in. So that mount is completely destroyed. And I am gonna order that mount, which means I won't finish the job today, but I think I'm okay with that. I think I'm okay. power tool that would fit here, but I don't. This one here, this regular, old school on my hand. I have to drop the car a little bit. I feel like it's a little hard for me to reach over as high as this jack goes. But this is a good problem to have, right? So these quick jacks gets the car up pretty high enough, man. I tell you what, it's very roomy down there. You know, it's not the two posts that I really wish I had, but I'm definitely very happy. I feel grateful to have this one, you know, because I'm able to work on the car. I'm not on jack stands. The lift seems very safe to me. It locks into place. And I think I have plenty of room to get in and out of whatever I need to get in and out of. This is what the rear mount looked like. And there you go, guys. So much torque that it twisted the chassis off the line. Out of this D series. Who knows that moment? Name it in the comments. What line is that from? Just when you know, things been moving along pretty good. Oops. Moving along pretty good, but so one, this is all welded one piece, which means I can't separate here. Two, I got to get to this bolt, which the header's in the way, which means I have to take off the header now. And I did not want to take that off. This one's got to get out. That one's got to get out, which means this has to separate and drop. Let's find out if these are going to come off easily or it's going to give me a hard time. All right, so praise God, the 3 bolts came out pretty easily and it just dropped down. So now I can get to these here. And I have another one back here. Yeah, that one back here. So this one, that one, that one. And then I left one more on the front, on the top, and then I should be able to take off this transmission. All right, so all the mounts are off. All the bolts are loose. I now have to separate the transmission from the engine. I've got to support it by 2 stands, right? So I've got one holding the engine up. I've got one for the transmission. So once I start separating them, it should all come out. All right, I pulled it out. This is the old one. Let's see what we got in here for a clutch. What is that? Clutch Max Pro. I don't know what that is, but super heavy. I don't want that. I'm taking that out. I think it's leaking. We'll see if it's coming from the rear main seal in a bit. So this is the pressure plate. You can tell it's got a lot of hot spots. So I don't know, did they clean it right or did they just not break in the clutch? I don't know. But this thing is just like not in good condition, I don't think. Clutch Max Pro. I'm gonna Google this because I have no idea what this is, if it's good or bad. Probably not. The disc doesn't look terrible, right? So this still looks decent, but this looks whatever. But I'll put this aside. Let me take the flywheel off and see what we're working with behind that. All right, so one of my fears was maybe if it's leaking through the rear main seal. And I don't think that's from the seal, the rear main seal. I think it might be from the valve cover gasket. Because it's leaking all the way around. So I don't feel like it's from the seal. I think it's from the valve cover gasket. Just seems dirty. But I think we're good on that part. Let me clean it up. All right, so now for what's going in, right? So the flywheel also has some hot spots. You can see anytime you do a new clutch, you either have to resurface your flywheel or just get a new one. It's cheap enough to just get a new one. So I got a replacement flywheel. This is a lightweight flywheel. I think this is supposed to be like 8 pounds or something, whatever. I got this off of Amazon, so it's nothing crazy. This is an Amazon buy. It's a 1-piece flywheel. I don't think they can really mess that up as long as it's balanced properly. So, and this is not gonna make tons of power on this D series. So this is gonna be fine for that. And I went with an Exedy Stage 1 clutch. It's a full clutch kit. So this is gonna have the pressure plate. It's gonna come with the Japanese throwout bearing and what's the other thing? The throwout bearing. Oh wait, I said that already. Pressure plate, the disc, and the throttle stage. One to hold a little bit more torque. Again, not that this is gonna have all that, but I want more of a OEM clutch feel. And the one that was in there just feels so heavy on the foot. It doesn't make sense. So hopefully this is gonna be an upgrade. All right, so now I'm just gonna torque them down. I put a screwdriver, an open end socket with a bolt holding onto one of the pins so that I'm able to torque these down. And they're supposed to go up to like 78, I think. But I think I'm probably gonna go up to 80. There we go. So now that was 60 all around. I'm gonna jump up to 70 now. Do it in stages. On the floor, it ain't easy to do this. I knew that was gonna happen. I knew it. I was like, watch that thing slip on me. There we go. Let's get this one. Man. Shoulder's tired. There we go. And then let me go one more up now to, ouch, to 80. Actually, I think it's 78, so I'm gonna go to 78. Yeah, I'll be all right. I put some Loctite on these bolts also, so make sure you do that. Last thing you want is for this thing to undo itself. Flywheel starts to like mess around, and then you gotta take apart the whole transmission again just to tighten up the flywheel bolts. One more. There we go. Now, ouch. Now I just smashed my head on the caliper. I just need to clean it off and now put the disc on. All right, alignment tool, disc is in. I cleaned everything up. Let's see if I can get this to line now. I lifted it up a little bit, the car, because it's a little uncomfortable that low. Line up. No, keep rotating. That's not it either. Let's keep going. Tampoco. All right, I got it in. I had to finagle it. I was putting it in the wrong pinholes. And let me just thread these on by finger. And I can torque them all down. I personally love using Exedy. I've used them before. They're very OEM and they're made in Japan. I think that's pretty dope considering this is a Japanese car. Let me get these buttoned up. All right, flywheel's in, pressure plate's in. I can now just throw in the new throttle bearing on the transmission and slide it all together. All right. When I tell you that if it wasn't for this boy right here, my son, Aiden, say what's up, Papa.
Hi.
I would not have been able to get this transmission in by myself. I haven't eaten this morning, so that's the first fail. But I needed his help with the jack while I would align it. But man, thankfully the transmission's in. We're bolted up this motor mount, and I'm gonna stop because I'm gonna order the rear motor mount. So I'm gonna leave it like this, which means that the Type R is gonna have to sit outside, which I didn't really want, but it is what it is until I get this one out. All right, had to come stop for the day. Rear motor mount's not good anymore, so ordered that already. These are the battle scars from leaning over, holding that transmission up.
Have a good night.
And we'll continue with the new mount comes in. All right, so it's been a couple days since the last scene you just saw. I ordered the new motor mount. This came in from Amazon. It was literally like 16 bucks. I also decided to order a urethane insert. I was talking to my brothers and I told them what I was doing, and my younger brother Eric was like, yo, just put a rear mount insert and hopefully it'll fit in there nicely. I'm gonna squeeze that in. That should give it some more rigidity because these things do fail pretty easily. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the insert in. That should give it a much stronger mount and should shift harder, I guess. Less movement in the motor. Just put it in. All right, so back mount is in. It was kind of a pain to get those bushings in because this is an aftermarket mount. The fitment wasn't great. I had to kind of shave some stuff down, but I got it in there. And axles are in now. Everything is done as far as the axle nut. That's all done. Transmission fluid has been filled. I still have to do the oil chain. I'm gonna put the Valvoline, restore and protect. I've been doing a lot of research. I've always used Valvoline for pretty much all my stuff. As you can tell, always got Valvoline around. But I'm gonna try this one. I heard really good things about this, so I'm gonna go ahead and try this out. So I'm gonna go ahead and do an oil change while I'm at it. I still gotta put that up. Still gotta put up the ship linkages. And right now I'm gonna put in the starter. So I'm doing the oil change now. I already drained it. I took out the filter that was in there. It's a K&N, it says. But I'm a little confused. I've never taken out a filter that's apparently used, but there was like no oil in it at all. Which, I don't know if I should be alarming or concerned with that, but there was no oil in here. So we'll find out what that means. All right, that's it. No more clutch noise. Flywheel is idling a little high. I gotta adjust that somehow. So there you have it, guys. I ended up putting in the new flywheel, clutch, transmission, drained the fluids, the all new fluids, and that's it. Drove the car down the block. It drove really well. Next is gonna be working on the lower control arms that I got. My boy Ruben went ahead and pushed those out for me, the standard bushings, and I'm gonna do some work with that. So that should be the next videos that I upload. So thanks so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Peace.